morning, ladies.
No, Mrs. Dugdale, you'll have to come in on Wednesday. Yeah, that's above the belt non-urgent day. Yeah, between 9 and noon. Bye. I thought I'd brighten things up a bit.
You've succeeded. Managing all right?
Yeah, everything's running like clockwork, Doctor.
Molly. Why are all the patients pregnant? I mean, why are they all here on the same day?
Well, I've streamlined the system, Doctor. Now, today is below the belt non-urgent day. Tomorrow's ears, noses, throats and lungs, and Wednesday's above.
It's an interesting idea. Let's see if it works. Oh, Mrs. Walters, can you come through, please?
Good day.
G'day.
How's Cheryl going, good?
Oh, she's making really good progress.
Oh, that's fine.
It's Mr. Pools, isn't it?
That's right.
Ah, yes, it's hemorrhoids, isn't it, Mr. Pools? That's
It's Pools,
H-A-E.
P-U-L-S, Pools. It's not the piles this time. It's a rash.
Oh, well, you know it's below the belt non-urgent day, don't you,
It's
Mr.
on
Poole?
my legs,
Oh, that's okay then. Where on your legs?
between my knees.
How on earth did you get a rash between your knees, Mr. Pools?
That's why I'm here to bloody well find out, isn't it?
So you're pretty impressed with our Dr. Elliot, are you?
Yep, and Simon. It's very responsible work, Brendan.
Well, so's running a hospital. Hey, Terence reckons Marta's still thinking about leaving. Says she can't stand the pressure anymore.
Where would she go?
Forbes Hospital. Don't know how he'd manage without her, though.
Why? What sort of qualifications do you need?
Oh, general nursing, midwifery, administration, training, and lots of experience.
So?
What?
You've got all those.
Me?
Yes,
Oh,
why not you?
Because, dear.
What was that?
I don't know.
There was a flash of light, wasn't there? You saw it too, didn't you, Brendan?
Lightning, probably.
Pretty powerful lightning.
Or maybe it was a message from above, eh? Not to get delusions of grandeur.
What's so grand about being a matron?
20 grand a year plus.
I wonder what it was. Look, I'm sorry, Miss Watson, but I don't think today is your day.
Oh, and what day is today, might I ask?
It's ears, noses, throats and lungs.
And might I ask what day is my day?
Well, it's your migraine, isn't it?
I'm spinning like a top. I feel as if the top of my forehead's going to blow right off. I need more pills, more nerve pills.
I haven't got a day for heads.
Oh, that's marvellous. As long as we haven't got heads, we can get in to see the doctors, can we? Oh, my God. Oh, Dr. Bowen, I need more pills. I'm ringing and spinning, and I couldn't get a wink of sleep last night after I saw those lights.
Lights?
Flashing in the sky. I read a book once where people saw lights in the sky, and in the morning they were all blind.
Lightning, I expect.
Yeah, Brendan and I saw it too. You shouldn't worry so much, Miss Watson. Oh, can I help you?
I'd like to see the doc about this rash.
Rash?
Yeah, it started on my legs, but now it's on my hands as well.
Look, I'm sorry, but it's ears, noses, throats and lungs today. And heads.
And hands as from now. Look, take a seat. I'll be with you as soon as I can. Now, who's next? Mr. Roberts, will you come on through, please?
I'll have to have your name, please.
Oh, it's Ron Kelly.
They'll be missing Sister Dean. She's competent, I'll say that for her.
Yes. I'm just filling in till she finishes her convalescence.
Everything out. She'll be away for months.
Yes. Well, I'm doing my best to be competent too.
You don't know what sickness is. They need someone who's sympathetic. Someone with understanding. Someone who knows what it's really like to suffer.
Road is closed because of Air Force exercises.
Air Force exercise on the road? I mean, I thought they,
Oh, no, not our Air Force, apparently.
Molly. Here, let me give you a hand with that.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. G'day, all.
How are you, Frank?
Frank.
Pretty good, as a matter of fact. I just dropped in to pick up a library book that my fiancée left on her desk.
Who left on a desk?
My fiancée. Fiancée? Cheryl?
Marvellous news, Frank. Congratulations.
Oh, Great.
Congratulations, mate.
Congratulations. When's the happy day?
Oh, we haven't decided that yet.
Oh, I love weddings.
You and Shirl.
Oh, Frank, can we have a word?
Look, I don't want any advice. I got enough of that down at the club.
No. I just want to know if you've heard anything about Air Force activity out at Rangers Field.
Air Force activity? What are you on about?
Well, exercises of some kind. Seems they've sealed the area off.
You must be mistaken, Doc.
So you've heard nothing?
No, but I'll look into it.
Frank, library book, mate.
Thanks.
Diary of a Mad Housewife.
Right. Well, see you later.
Jason reckons it's an alien virus from another planet.
I hope it isn't.
Well, something came down.
I'm down too. Temperature this morning plunged from 36.8 to 36.3.
Well, that's a good sign, isn't it?
Means I've ovulated, I think. That's if it goes up suddenly again to 37.
So everything's running normally again.
Brendan, it's not as simple as that.
Oh?
I mean, there is something else we have to do besides take my temperature every morning.
Oh, fair go. You can't accuse me
No,
of...
no, I'm not, but it's just got to be at the right time.
And the right time is...
Hurry up and finish your dinner, Brendan.
Oh.
I'd like a girl, I think. What would you like? Well, a boy would be nice, too. But girls are generally softer and prettier. Though I couldn't stand it if we had one of those little boys that had spitting competitions and things. Such monsters, some of them.
Well, I used to have spitting competitions.
I bet you never won, though.
No. Belinda Wilkinson used to win most of them. She could spit 6 times her own length.
She must have been a freak.
Right. Well. Any dessert?
Oh, you really don't want dessert?
No, dessert. And coffee and bickies. And some cheese. And a nice, leisurely glass of port.
Brendan, I'm serious. I want a baby girl. Tonight. No, don't you answer it, Brendan.
It could be the hospital, Molly. Hello? Terence. Brendan. Yes, I have. Yeah? Yeah, that's okay. What time should I meet you?
Brendan!
All right. Okay, that'll be fine.
Thanks, Brendan.
Bye. Look, it's serious, Molly. Terence is worried about Jason. He wants to go out and have a look where this thing is supposed to have landed.
Oh, that's ridiculous, Brendan. 2 grown men chasing after flying saucers.
Well, we don't know what it was, but something came down, and Terence wants to have a look at it. In the morning.
No, Mrs. Dugdale, I know that wasn't the way it used to be when Sister Dean was here, but... Yes, I do think I know what I'm doing, and as a matter of fact, Dr. Elliot thinks it's a good idea, too. Well, I'm sorry, that's up to you. I'll be glad when she is as well. I'm a farmer, not a receptionist. No, 1 pig isn't a farm, but we have got a cow, chooks, roosters, crops growing, and a dog. Goodbye.
I want to see Dr. Bowen.
Mr. Pearson, you're too early, and it's not your day.
I don't give a damn what day it is.
Look, today is above the belt non-urgent day, and it's women in the morning, men in the afternoon.
You're mad, you know that?
You do not have to be rude, Mr. Pearson.
Listen, girlie, this is urgent. I'm itching like a mangy dog, and I want to see Dr. Bowen now.
Then you better come in, Mr. Pearson.
Dr. Bowen, it's too early.
It's all right, Molly.
You want to get rid of her, Doc? I'm warning you.
Yeah, just go in, Mr. Pearson. It's all right, Molly. Don't worry. I'll handle him. Well, what then?
Oh, I don't know. Something came down. I believe the Air Force took it away. Only Jason could be persuaded to give us a straight story.
I don't like your chances.
Mr. Berkey's here. He'd like to have a word with you when it's convenient.
All right, I'll be out in a moment.
I got the impression it better be convenient pretty soon. He reminded me he's chairman of the hospital board as well as being a lousy bank
No,
manager.
I'll just show him into my surgery. Thanks, Molly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Watson. I didn't see you.
Of course you didn't. You weren't looking. Is there a doctor in?
Surgery hours are over, Miss Watson.
Since when do doctors work from 9 to 5? They're like priests. They work when they're needed, and I need one now.
A priest?
Is Dr. Elliot in?
Yes.
Do you realise how irresponsible it is to deny treatment to someone, especially in times of national emergency?
National emergency?
Unidentified flying objects from outer space, landing where they want. distributing awful diseases like this rash everyone's getting, and now I think I'm...
Have you got the rash? How amazing. You'll be our first woman.
What do you mean?
Well, so far it's only men who've got it. You must have caught it off one of them.
Yes, that's it. Mr. Pearson's got it. I saw him yesterday.
What were you doing between Mr. Pearson's knees, Miss Watson?
Beg your pardon.
Well, the rash is between the knees. Where have you got it, Miss Watson?
Oh, no, Dr. Elliot.
Miss
Oh,
Watson.
thank God you're here. Oh, I've got the most terrible headache, and now I think I've got this rash coming on. Could I discuss it with you privately, please? I would have gone to the hospital, but you know what a mess they're in.
No, what mess at the hospital?
Well, everyone knows. Mr. Burke told Beverly's mother. Matron Curtis just is not coping anymore. The place is a shambles. The sooner Mr. Burke's sister-in-law takes over, the better.
I beg your pardon?
Such a capable woman. From Brisbane. Ran a much bigger hospital there. That was some time ago, of course, before she had her children, but very experienced.
Miss Watson, would you like to come in? I think we'd better have a little chat.
Thank you, Doctor. I knew you'd understand.
I'm off and there's a call for you. Shall I put it through?
Who is it?
Burrigan, the results of the blood samples you took on the rashes, says Beverly.
Did Beverly say what the results were?
No, but I'm sure she knows. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
All we had today were rash victims. Do you think it's got anything to do with that strange light we saw?
Us not getting pregnant?
The rash.
No. Oh, I don't know. Something happened out there, and Jason's sick as a result of it. And we may never even know what it was.
Poor Jason. Is he still going to Sydney?
Tomorrow. Why does it always have to happen to a kid? Molly, when we first came here, we had a plan. That you were to run a small farm and I was going to work in the hospital. Well, we figured that the job would give us enough to live on and still allow me enough time to sort of help around the place here. Well, I've been watching Marta the last few days. And what she does isn't a job. It's a life.
Yeah, but she hasn't got anything else, Brenda.
Yeah, well, most of them, all of the other matrons I've ever worked with are the same. They haven't got a life. They're very special people, Molly. And I don't think I'm cut out to be that special.
Look, you are very special to me.
And that's good enough.
How's my lovely mother pig tonight? It's hard to tell that you're pregnant, Doris. You're so fat. You are going to love being a mother pig. All the books I've been reading say that breastfeeding creates a special bond between the mother and the baby. Or in your case, babies. Well, I know they're talking about humans, but I don't suppose there's any real difference. I wonder what it's like having a dozen babies at a time. At least you don't have to go to work and clothe and educate them. Here's Brendan. Good. I feel like talking to someone who answers me occasionally and appreciates me. Hi.
Hi. Hello, Doris.
How was your day?
Exhausting. Marta's doing a report, so I had a double load. I think I'm lacking in stamina.
Oh, I don't know. You're pretty energetic at times. How's Jason?
All right, for the moment.
What does that mean?
It means they'll fix him up and they'll let him go and pronounce him absolutely cured.
Brendan, tell me.
Do you know what radiation poisoning can do to you?
Requires intelligent, well-groomed, cheerful person for patient... Oh, Mr. Pearson.
You're doing a crossword there.
No, an ad for someone to do this job.
Shelley Dean not coming back then?
Well, not until she's recuperated. Can you think of another way of saying patient liaison that's easier to spell?
Oh, if I knew what it was, maybe I could help you.
Well, this, Mr. Pearson, this is patient liaison.
Oh, yeah. What I really wanted was to make an appointment with Dr. Elliot.
Oh, yeah, right, how's Friday, about 11?
Good, thanks.
Morning. On my way up to the hospital, Molly, and then I'm around.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yes, Dr. Bowen. Oh, Doctor, is her age important?
Whose age?
The new receptionist.
Age is not important, Molly. Of course, not too old.
Shouldn't be too young, neither.
I'll leave it entirely up to you, Molly.
He should be more careful than that about who he picks for the job.
Oh, I'm sure Dr. Bowen knows exactly what he wants in a receptionist, Mr. Pearson. See you Friday. Requires intelligent, single, attractive...
Hi.
Oh, Brendan, how wonderful. Now, look, you take over with Doris. I've got to put ointment on No Name's leg, and I haven't fed the girls.
Yeah, right, but what about a kiss?
I forgot
You certainly did.
the ointment.
I don't know, Doris. Avoid the hustle and bustle of city life. Come into the country for some peace and tranquility.
Oh, that Henry.
You were quick.
It wasn't a social call, Brendan. There are just chores that have to be done.
And No Name's leg needs treatment. Where's your bedside manner?
No Name is a cow.
Oh, cow, and Doris is?
Doris is pregnant.
And
I'm
you're
not.
not.
I just don't understand it. We've been following instructions. We're both healthy.
Look, we just have to be patient, that's all. We just haven't been spending enough time together.
Well, we're just going to have to make time.
Oh.
Come on. Well, if you've been married for 2 years before you became pregnant, what happened?
I stopped taking the pill.
How long before you became pregnant?
6 months.
6 months? Why did it take that long?
Dr. Elliot says that it takes at least 2 months for the hormones to go back to normal after the pill.
Yeah, well, that leaves 4 months.
Well, Alf did do a course in Burrigan for about 6 weeks.
Where was he for the next 10 weeks?
At home, we were trying.
Well, what did you do different when you did become pregnant?
I don't know. Nothing. I don't remember doing anything different.
Were you taking a temperature before you...
I'm next, Doc.
I have to go. I'll see you in a fortnight.
Bye.
Oh, Frank. I'll be with you in a moment, Mr. Harper.
How are you, Molly?
Depressed.
Any luck with our CVA?
There's been no report of a missing person in any of the towns within a 50-mile radius. However, I might be onto something.
Hello, one
A
in
fancy
Ballyclare.
car. I haven't seen it around here
Elizabeth.
before.
How did
It
you know?
was locked. I waited around, but nobody came to collect it.
It's for you, Sergeant Beverly.
Oh. Motor registration branch. I asked them to check on that car. Hello, yes. Yes? Mrs. Ruby... Huh? Yes, thank you.
What is it?
That car, the fancy one, belongs to Ruby Jacobson, Cheryl's mother. And I booked it.
I've had no experience with doctors, but I have worked as a hotel receptionist and imagine there is some similarity. Similarity. I can type answer phones and my handwriting is legible, as you can see. Sure. I'm prepared to negotiate a salary acceptable to both parties.
$1 an hour and all the oats you can eat. It's my final offer.
G'day, love.
Hi.
What's all this?
Applicants to take over from me.
What, you're leaving me? What have I done? Haven't I always been kind, considerate, loving?
My job here, the permanent temporary replacement, Brendan. Oh, this is Brendan. He's not here because he's sick. He's here because he's my husband. You're not, are you, Brendan?
No, I've come to ask you out for lunch.
Oh, I'd love that. I'll just be about half an hour. If you just take a seat.
Oh, Molly.
Oh, you haven't got mumps or anything, have you, Mr. Aitken? Oh, you see, we're going to have a baby.
At least we hope we are. We've been trying hard enough.
I'll see you in half an hour, Molly.
See you next week, Mr. Clark.
Wandon Valley Clinic. Oh, yes, Mrs. Walsh. Mrs. Walsh.
Hello?
There's your bill, Mr.
Yes, it is, Mrs. Walsh. I see. Have you tried the camphor and hot water? Well, I better come out and take a look at him. I should be out there around about 4 o'clock, maybe a bit later. Okay, now, don't you worry. Right, bye for now.
Do you want Mrs. Walsh's card?
No, it's Dane, a little boy.
Look at you, Doris. Barefoot and pregnant. Are you happy, Doris? Of course you are. You're going to have lots of little piglets. Maybe 10 or 12, or 14, or 15. I just settle for one.
I'd rather have a baby.
Very funny. Look at her. She's so contented.
She always looks like that.
No, there's a new softness about her. Fulfillment.
She's fatter.
Is that what you're going to say about me, that I'm fatter?
That's what happens to pregnant women.
Really? Is that all?
And they blossom. Their skin has a special sheen, and their hair glistens. And they take on an aura of omnipotence.
What a wonderful thing to say.
That's true. I've noticed it with all of them, as they waddle into the hospital.
I want to be pregnant.
Oh, it can't be too difficult. Look at Doris. Why don't you ask her for a few tips?
I was thinking maybe you should get a few hints from the ball.
Ooh. That was unkind. Don't you think that was unkind?
Wandon Valley Clinic? Oh, yes, Mrs. Walsh. No, he's still here. Yeah, you're lucky you just caught him. Yes, he just caught me too. Oh? Oh, right, okay. Yes, I'll tell him. Bye. Oh, Simon, that was Mrs. Walsh.
Yes?
Another house call. Look, I've got to go. There's lots to do at the farm before the light fades. I'll see you in the morning.
Bye, Molly.
Bye.
Good night, Molly.
Bye. Could you speak up, please? Who did you say it is? Hold on a moment. Simon, it's someone called Barbara for you. She sounds a bit strange.
All right, switch it through.
I'm putting you through to Dr. Bowen now.
Going, are you?
Going? Where, Miss Watson?
The celebrations.
Oh, you mean the engagement party? Yes, I'm going, aren't you?
I let it be known I wasn't interested in an invitation, even if it was sent, which it wasn't. I'm not one for these wild, drunken balls myself.
Oh, aren't you, Miss Watson? Well, what a shame. I think it's going to be great fun myself. Hello, can I help you?
I'm Mrs. Walsh.
Oh, yes. Have you got an appointment, Mrs. Walsh?
No, I was hoping to see
Would you come in now, please, Mrs. Walsh? Managed to find someone to look after the children for a while, have you?
Congratulations, Shirley.
Thank you, darling.
And Frank, have you seen the rings at one?
Righto, everybody. Everyone up for the barn dance. Come on your feet. Come on, get up. Come on, Molly. Come on, I've been waiting for all night. Come on. Come on, get up.
Could you do it again? My flash didn't work. Morning, Bob.
Hello, Molly.
Miss Watson.
Molly, you were going to ring me about that receptionist job at the clinic. Well, I've been out a good deal, so perhaps you couldn't get on to me. It's only when you've really suffered yourself, you know, that you know how people feel.
Yeah, well, we all know that you were involved in so many other things that, I hired someone else to take Shirley's place, someone who had more time, but we did appreciate your offer.
hired someone else?
Well, I was going to tell you. I was going to ring you this morning. I never expected to find you here.
Well, of course not. I mean, I had to come and tell Mr. Hatfield about the War Memorial.
I'm the chairman of the Anzac Committee.
Will you be marching, Miss Watson?
Naturally. I did my bit in the Land Army. Oh, I was a mere slip of a girl then. The stories I could tell you. It was a war to end all wars.
Yeah, well, I'll get on to the cleaning up the statue, Miss Watson. I've got to clean the statue. Birds.
Ah, actually, I think it could do with some paint.
Paint?
Pink would be nice, don't you reckon?
Pink?
Morning.
Good morning.
Well, good morning. I'm Dr. Bowen. Did you want to see me?
I'm waiting for Molly Jones, actually.
Pity.
Pardon?
Sally, look, I've drawn up a list. Oh, hello, Simon. Have you two introduced yourselves?
No, not really.
Simon Bowen, Sally McGregor, our temporary receptionist.
Delighted. Miss McGregor?
Yes, pleased to meet you. Is that my list of duties, Dr. Elliot?
Oh, it can wait until Molly arrives.
I'm amazed I haven't run into you before.
I'm from Sydney.
What a coincidence, so am I. How long have you been here?
I was taking a break from nursing, holidaying with some friends at Burrigan. Then I saw the ad and thought, why not stay a bit longer? I've just loved being out this way so much.
The country. There's nothing quite like it, is there?
Sorry I'm late. I've just been learning the history of the Second World War. Hi, you met everyone? You're just going to love working here. I wish I could stay, but you know, with a farm to run and everything.
Well, we'll leave you to it. Oh, if you need anything...
Thank you.
Right, important things first. I'll show you where to make coffee. Now, you can't go wrong if you follow the day roster. For instance, Monday, all appointments for limbs. Tuesday are the head complaints, usually sunstroke, nothing too serious. Oh, and I've made Wednesday above the belt day. And today are below the belt patients. Of course, we do have emergencies, and that does throw the system out a bit. Oh, and tomorrow's miscellaneous day, all the odds and ends.
Morning.
Now, you quite clear about the roster?
Shirley,
Good.
you feeling all right?
Good.
You're looking very pale.
Now, the
I think
filing
I'm
system
suffering
is
from
just as
shock.
simple as the roster. In fact, I've cross-referenced all the patients'
I'm just popping up for a
names
quick
with
cup of
their
coffee. Do you want to come up?
complaints. So, Mrs. Davy is under D for Davy and C for constipation.
I must be getting more tolerant at my old age. If Molly had happened to me 10 years ago, I'd have had a coronary in a week.
How do the customers take it?
Oh, some of them laugh. Some of them come in looking a little glazed round the eyes.
I've spent years organising that office. She's ruined it in 2 weeks.
I'm sure that Sally would find it much easier working under my old system, Molly.
But mine's much better. I've updated the whole thing.
Molly, I will be coming back to this job in about a month's time, and I would like to be able to find everything.
Well, I'll just come in and explain it to you. It's so efficient now.
You implying mine wasn't?
Well, if you want my honest opinion, yes.
I was a nurse when you were in nappies.
Sally, you've seen both systems. What do you think?
Look, I appreciate your help, both of you. But I am quite capable of doing the job in my own way, so if you'll excuse me now, ladies.
I mean, I was the one who got her the job, and she turns around and practically kicks me out. I should have hired Esme Watson.
Mugwort, here it is. This herb has a pungent odor and a bitter taste, and was used medicinally for
Used for what?
nothing.
Used medicinally for female weaknesses and disorders. Oh, it's not funny, Brendan. Everything is my fault in this town. Nothing's your
Oh,
stupid
come
fault.
on,
Oh,
Molly.
no.
It's nobody's fault. It's just a case of being too tired.
Well, I won't be too tired. Now I finished my job at the clinic. Let's dance. Do you think when I'm expecting I'll look as content as Doris?
Oh, and probably as large.
Would that worry you?
Nope. All the more for me to cuddle.
Oh, Bomb. Look, let's pretend there's no one at home.
And you'll spend the whole night wondering who it is. Hello? Yes, speaking. It's Beverly's mother.
Hang on.
Molly says thank you very much for the mugwort. She what? When? So yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I'll be right over.
Oh, Brendan.
Beverly fell over in the bath. She's hurt her back and her mother can't get her out.
Well, why call you? What's wrong with the fire brigade?
No, you're forgetting. I have this thing for large women.
Well, I want to be large, pregnant large.
I'll probably have to wait for high tide to refloat her.
Don't forget your block and tackle. How did you go?
Oh, I wouldn't count on having children if I were you.
You've hurt yourself.
Oh,
Oh, that damn Beverly.
oh. She's a big woman, Molly. A big woman.
I hate her. What happened?
Well, she was having a bath. And she lost the soap, evidently. Ooh. And she went to get out of the bath. And her foot found the soap and she fell back into it. There was water on the roof. There must have been a tidal wave.
Well, how did you get her out?
Oh, well, she's wet, you see. So I finally managed to get one arm under each armpit. And I pulled, and she kept slipping out. It was like trying to land a tuna.
What happened?
Well, finally, I told her I'd have to get Bob Hatfield and Cookie to help me. So she grabbed each tap and heaved and pulled. And she rose up like the Colossus of Rhodes.
Uh-huh.
It was an awful sight, Molly. A sight to remember. Ow. Ow.
Brendan! Brendan! Help! Brendan, hurry up! Go! Brendan!
All right. I'm coming as quick as I can.
Oh, Brendan, I think she's dying. You've got to do something.
Well, she's dying. What about me? I think I've got to get Beverly out of the bath.
Look at her. She's in so much pain. Oh, Bren. She's having piglets.
If you clip the eye teeth, they won't damage the sound, cause mastitis.
Do I have to cut the tails?
Well, it stops tail biting. Oh, and think about iron injections in case of anemia.
I didn't realize it was so complicated. Anything else?
Well, you won't like this, but try not to pick up the piglets too much. It upsets the mother.
I really appreciate your help, Joe.
No worries.
Now, while the kettle boils, you can change that shirt. I'll get you one of Brendan's.
Oh, a bit of dirt didn't kill anyone.
Oh, leave it here. I'll wash it.
Congratulations.
What for?
You're self-restrained. You didn't get up once during the night to look at the piglets. I thought you'd spend all your time picking them up, cuddling and kissing them, but you haven't. You've been really good. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. But Joe gave me some good advice about piglets. I had a long talk to him. Now, you mustn't pick them up or else Doris will lose interest. Well, there have been cases where the mother pig has neglected the piglet completely and let it starve to death because it's been touched by human hands. Oh, Bren, I saw his scars.
Whose scars?
Joe's burn scars. They're really big and deep all over his chest.
Oh, Soapy's the one with the scars. You're getting Joe confused with his brother, Soapy.
No, I'm not. Joe's the pig expert, not Soapy.
Yes, but Soapy's the war hero.
Well, whoever it was gave me some good advice about pigs.
Well, that's good.
No picking them up, no hugging, no kissing.
Good.
Right. Hello, gorgeous.
This little piggy has 1 drop. Yeah. And this little piggy has...
I'm home.
Hello, darling.
And I'm home early, and I've bought us an expensive bottle of wine,
has
and my back is 100% fit.
5.
Now, does that suggest anything to you?
Sorry, darling?
Oh, Molly, I thought we'd resume our baby making tonight.
What? When do I get time to make babies? I'm bringing up 9 piglets.
Yes, I know. You've been feeling a bit neglected lately. Well, that's because Doris's new family's running me off my feet. You lot are a lot better off than the farm, you know that? Well, for a start, you don't have to get up at dawn every morning. Well, I know you do, but you don't have to, do you? How are you lot today? You feeling a bit better after your iron shots? G'day, Flo.
Who is it?
Sergeant Gilroy.
Oh, thank goodness. Come in. Oh, I'm glad you could get here so soon. I'm just having a cup of tea to calm me down. Would you like one?
Oh, no, thanks, Molly. Had any more trouble?
No, but I haven't dared go back outside.
Well, there's no sign of anybody out there, but I'll have a scout around. It's probably just kids getting up to mischief.
Mischief? They might have killed me.
Stupid, dangerous thing to do, that's for sure. They'll get a good kick in the backside if I catch up with them.
They fired a rifle at me. They fired at me twice. At me.
Well, probably just trying to scare you.
You're defending them.
Of course I'm not.
Well, you sound as if you are. Look, if I was walking down a city street and someone fired at me with a rifle, there would be 50 policemen there in a few minutes. And if they caught whoever it was, they'd send them to jail.
Well, the country's a bit different than the city. We got our own ways.
It was attempted murder.
Oh, come on, Riley, you're exaggerating.
Look, they might have hit Doris or the girls. I mean, they could have killed Doris. What would the piglets do then? Starve? This isn't Wandon Valley, it's Dodge City. And the sheriff's on the side of the outlaws.
Look, Molly, I understand how angry you are.
I'm frightened. And I want Brendan.
The wild pigs are a menace.
I can think of worse menaces.
They damage crops, break down fences. They have to be culled.
Look, one thing I can't cop about you country people is the way you go on about guns and shooting as if you were going to a Tupperware party or something.
I'm not going, it's for the boys.
Well, one of those boys tried to kill me today.
Molly, don't be melodramatic.
There were bullets whistling around my ears.
I came about Mum's shouty.
What is it about you country people? Don't you care?
You don't understand.
I'm a city girl, right?
Right.
Well, put it on record. Anyone who comes onto my land and shoots as much as a grasshopper gets clobbered.
Now who's being violent?
Do you want sugar? No.
Are you going to come to Mum's shouty?
Try and keep me away. What time?
Well, I told Mum to have a few hours off, and Terence has given her the whole afternoon. So we pop the corks at 2 o'clock and go on till dinner time.
Great. What do you want me to bring?
Oh, just yourself. And, one of your chocolate cream cakes. Double-decker, please.
Oh, yum. I hate you, Vicky.
I hate myself.
Why do they have to kill the wild pigs? Why don't they just tame them? I mean, Doris is tame.
Here you go. Right. Now, you've got something to say, son. Get it said.
Well? Make your apology, boy, and make it now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
And?
I won't do it again, Mrs. Jones.
Right, that's said. Now you get outside and wait in the ute. Out! He's not a bad kid. And he's a good shot. There really wasn't any danger.
I don't think that really makes any difference, do you, Mr. Rogers?
Well, maybe not, no. He frightened you, I'm sorry he did. And so's he. He's had the hiding of his life.
He shouldn't have had a gun in the first place.
I beg your pardon?
When people let children run around with guns, there's bound to be trouble. I mean, he's not even old enough to drive a car. Why did you let him have a rifle?
Because he's got to learn, Mrs. Jones.
Learn. Learn what? This isn't the Badlands of Dakota. Wyatt Earp is dead, Mr. Rogers, or hadn't you heard?
Vermin. Crows, rabbits, foxes, dingoes. Haven't you heard of those?
We've got crows, rabbits, and foxes. We don't shoot them.
You've got a few acres of hobby farm. I run 2,000 acres for a living.
This isn't a hobby farm.
Look, I don't want to argue.
Have you taken the gun away from him?
He won't use it again without supervision.
Look, he shouldn't use it again until he's a responsible adult. If then.
I think I'd better go. I've said what needs to be said.
Children shouldn't use guns. It's against the law.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones, but you don't know what you're talking about. Good day.
Damn. The editor, Barragan Examiner.
You can skip that bit, Molly. We know who it's to.
Dear sir, as a local property owner confronted by a possible invasion by hunters, would-be killers of wild pigs during Wandon Valley's pig shoot of the year, I would like to point out that with an apparent disregard for the law...
Oh, hang on, Molly. You're sure it's against the law?
You have to be 18 years old to legally possess a rifle.
Possess a rifle? You're beginning to sound like Frank Gilroy.
With an apparent disregard for the law, bands of school-age youngsters will be encouraged to roam the countryside, shooting at anything that moves, slaughtering wildlife and terrorizing property owners like myself.
Oh, hang on, Molly. You can't say that.
I was terrorized.
No, all that bit about slaughtering wildlife and shooting anything that moves. Now, you don't know that's going to happen. You can't make accusations like that.
Well, that's what will happen, and you know it will.
I don't know it will, and nor do you.
You sound as if you're defending them.
Well, you used to have a gun too, remember? Remember? And you were pretty keen enough to use it too.
Well, that was to protect my chooks. Well, anyway, I got rid of it, and you know I did. Guns should not be left lying around. Now, Tommy Brewer is another example...
That was different. That was a stupid accident.
Well, I don't want any more accidents.
Look, Molly, shooting pigs and rabbits and all sorts of other vermin are just another part of country life. It's the same as living in the city. You'd poison rats. You wouldn't let them run riot and eat all the food out of your cupboard, would you? You'd poison them. Or you'd set traps.
Yes. But I wouldn't enjoy it, Brendan. Now, they enjoy it.
Oh, it's the hunting instinct.
Oh.
It's the same as fishing. Anyway, I've been asked to go on the shoot myself. Well, you needn't look at me like that.
I don't believe you, Brendan.
Well, why not?
You wouldn't.
Oh, now I'm the monster, am I? Look, all the other guys are going to go.
Terence, Simon, are they going
I don't mean them.
Why are you going? So you can be one of the boys or something, is that it?
I don't want to talk about it, Molly.
Look, I'm seeing a new side to you, Brendan, and I'm not sure that I like it.
I'm going out.
I suppose you want to shoot Doris, too.
They're wild pigs, Molly.
What about the females? I mean, what's going to happen to their piglets? How could he just stay out all night without phoning or anything? How dare he? I'm his wife. Doesn't he know that I'm worried sick about him? What sort of marriage is this anyway? Pig shooters. I suppose Brendan's out there with them, trying to be one of the boys. Men, they're just so infantile. Well, if he harms so much as one bristle, he needn't come back here. He can go and spend his life with his mates at the club. I don't... Brendan? Brendan, wake up. You all right?
Uh-huh.
Darling, you all right?
Oh, I'm dying. Oh, my head. Oh. Oh.
Just come into the house. Come on.
Oh. Oh. I'm gonna be sick.
Well, hang on. I'll go and get you something.
No, don't leave me, Molly. Oh, I'm sorry, Molly.
Don't say anything. Come on down. And I'll run a bath and put some coffee on. I'm glad you didn't go with him.
Molly!
I'm having trouble with my dress. I made it just after the piglets were born, and you know how much running around I was doing. And I didn't get the seams quite.
Why don't you just say just a minute like everybody else does?
Sorry, darling. Have you still got your hangover?
But I'll manage as long as I take it easy.
Hey, you look great. A little tame, perhaps, but great.
It's for Shirley's shower tea. Does it really look all right? Well, I mean, Esme Watson will be there, and I don't want to give the poor dear a heart attack.
Oh, I think you'll find that our Miss Watson's a lot tougher than you think.
I feel sorry for her. She's such an interfering, dried-up old stick.
Oh, no, I think underneath all that there's a seething passion waiting to be set free.
Well, what did you want me for? Brendan.
I'm sorry. I couldn't lose the thought of Esme Watson seething with passion.
Did I tell you how proud I was of you?
Nope.
Yes, I did, for not going on the pig shoot.
Ah, yes, I vaguely remember something about it.
You know, when you stormed out of here last night, determined to be one of the boys, I really wasn't sure whether I knew you after all.
Oh, it's just that sometimes the little boy in me wants to come out and be John Wayne, you know? The gun-slinging, tobacco-chewing man against the odds. And what was that for?
Oh, it's just the little girl in me wanting to be Mae West.
Oh. Okay, fella. Oh, Marta. Hell. I'll be right in. Sorry. Emergency. They need me in theatre.
Oh, Brendan. And you were going to have a quiet day.
The hell I am.
Oh, it's lovely, Molly.
Especially for roses.
I expect there'll be plenty of them.
But it'll only hold one at a time. I thought it might discourage him from turning the house into a walk-in flower arrangement.
I doubt it.
Hey, you haven't told anyone where you're going for your honeymoon. Is it a secret?
No, just going down to the coast, only for a couple of days.
Esme wants to know if you've tried a carrot cake.
Tell her I have.
Where's Marta? I thought you said she was going to leave work early.
Yeah, she did say that. She should be here
You
by
know what
now.
Marta's like. Probably giving the hospital a last-minute scrub before she leaves.
It's not like her not to ring if she's going to be late.
Mum, you're not going to start worrying about Marta now.
No, I am going to tell Esme how lovely a cake is. Grab that, love.
Do you need a drink? Yes. I was so relieved when Brendan didn't go on the pig shoot. I mean, it's just not him, all that blood and guts.
No, he gets enough of it at the hospital.
Well, I've written a letter to the Barragan Examiner about it.
The pig shoot?
People, well, boys actually carrying firearms.
Oh, Molly. I better rescue Mum.
Right.
Oh, P.S. So much more interesting than a stuffy old egg beater or something. Come on, Sam, let's see you do your stuff.
What is he? I know what he is. I'm just more worried about what he's going to do. Hi.
Hi.
Nice day?
No, it was terrible. Oh, it's like a battle zone infirmary there. I've got to go back too.
Well, what happened?
I don't want to tell you, Molly.
Do you want to get beaten up?
That prison escapee, Reynolds.
Oh, the mad dog. What about him?
Frank shot him.
You're joking.
He died, Molly.
You just sit there, honey. I'll get you a cup of something.
A cup of rum might do the trick. But, Molly, there's something else. Remember that boy, the one that took the pot shot at you, the Rogers boy?
Yes, I remember him.
He was shot too.
Why, Frank.
No, on the bloody pig shoot. He shot himself getting through a fence.
There you are, you see. I mean, that is exactly the point that I have been trying to make all along. Guns. You put them in the hands of some bloodthirsty lunatics and set them free in the bush, and what happens? Somebody gets shot. Of course somebody gets shot. I mean, what do they expect? I can't believe the simple-minded, idiotic attitude people around here have to deadly weapons capable of blowing their stupid heads off. I am going to write another letter to the paper.
Where's my cup of tea? My rum.
I just want you to know how much I appreciate everything you've done for him.
It's all part of the service, Mr. Rogers. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Yeah.
But it's just as well to have him down in Burrigan for the next week or so. If any complications do set in, they're much better equipped to handle them.
Oh, yeah, sure. Look, will you make sure the doctors know, too? Tell them I'm very grateful.
I will.
Thanks.
No, Molly.
Hello, Mr. Rogers.
Hello, Miss Jones.
I was sorry to hear about your boy. Is he all right?
Oh, yeah, I reckon. Thanks to everybody here, he's going to be fine.
Yes, well, I know this probably isn't a good time to bring it up. Can you see what I mean now? About guns?
Oh, you're right, you know. It's not a good time to bring it up.
I'm sorry.
But I'll answer your question anyway. No, I can't see what you mean, and I don't think it's up to me to do the seeing. Those pigs are a menace to everything in the area. Now, look, if you want to get up on your high horse about something, then why don't you have a go at the stupid idiots that let them loose in the first place, eh?
But what about your boy? Do you still think it's a good idea to put a gun in his hands at his age?
Look, Snowy made a mistake. We all make mistakes.
Look, he could have been killed.
Kids get killed every day in motor cars. They get killed falling off slippery dips. You teach your kids the best you can and you hope for the best. But Snowy did a stupid thing. In spite of everything I told him, thank God he's still alive to learn from it. You haven't got any kids, have you?
No.
No, well, maybe one day. Yeah, well, I've got to go and say goodbye to my boy, all right?
Well, it sort of makes sense, Mol.
Look, I don't need you to tell me that.
Brandon, I'd let it rest for a while if I were you.
How much longer are we going to have to be living in a pigsty, Molly? Oops, sorry. No offense, Flo.
Just till after the wedding, then I intend to have a nervous breakdown. Oh, look at all this. I've got Shirley's wedding dress to make and Vicky's and this Mikado outfit for Glynis Johnson all in a couple of days. I still don't know what I'm going to wear yet.
Oh, well, you've made a good start on this one anyway.
Brendan, if you spill one drop of milk on that...
Suppose you want me to bring home a pizza or something?
Yeah. Or Chinese. I'd prefer Chinese.
Well then, mate. You better get outside and tell Mum and the kids the boss has gone on strike for a few days then, eh? We better fend for ourselves.
You could feed them for me. Wouldn't hurt you to do the washing up either.
Hey, where's that book?
What book? I haven't seen any book.
Yeah, there was a nursing text here. I left it out for Jennifer.
Brendan, get your greasy paws... there. There's your book. Now go.
And I'll feed the animals on the way out. And I'll wash up tonight.
Thanks, darling.
What are friends for?
I don't know. Yep, that should be okay.
You're a clever kid.
Is there anything the matter?
No, why should there be?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
I'm just tired. I wish it was next week and Frank and I were married. It was all over. Oh, I don't always wish that, just sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a quiet, simple wedding. But I wanted it to be different. So I go straight ahead, expecting Frank to be thrilled to bits. Instead, I get criticised.
Really?
Oh, no, not really criticised. That isn't fair. It's just that we've got such different ideas.
Well, that's what makes you such a fun couple. Hey, you're not fighting or anything, are you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It's me. I'm sure it's me. Oh, I'm too old for all this.
When Brendan and I got married, Carolyn, that's my mother, invited 150 guests. Brendan and I hid in the treehouse and missed most of it.
Oh, well, my mother won't be here. Thank goodness for small mercies. So I should be able to do as I please. Within reason, of course.
Look, I think garden weddings are lovely. It'll work like a charm, Shirley.
I wonder how the boys are getting on.
Probably bored to death.
I thought they'd at least have a girl and a cake.
A girl in a cake in Wandon Valley? Don't be stupid.
Well, Shirley had a stripper for her shower tea.
Yeah, she did too. But there'll be no girl in a cake nonsense. Frank would arrest them. I'm surprised they're even allowed to have alcohol. This small, quiet wedding has grown out of all proportion. My hand's tired doing all these place cards. Mum, aren't you going to help us?
You were quite right this afternoon, darling. It's about time I started enjoying this wedding. So I'm not going to do any of that tonight. I am savouring a peaceful, contented evening. I'm going to get myself a drink. What is that?
What was that you were saying about a peaceful, contented evening?
You're beautiful, you blokes. You're really beautiful.
Good night, Frank.
You're good.
See you, Billy.
Take care, mate. You're the best cop, mate. See you, Frank.
Yeah, night, Bob. See you, Bob.
See you, Cookie.
See you, Bobby.
Come on, mate.
Hey, good night, Frank.
Yeah, good night, Cookie. Hey, listen, Cookie. Wonderful chili tonight, mate. Wonderful. That was your piece there. Piece.
So am I.
Ripper, mate. Ripper.
Dirty, mate.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you then, Cookie.
See you, mate.
Bye.
See you, mate.
Bye.
I'll just get over here.
Get there in the tavern, in the town.
Hey. Good night, fellas.
See ya, Cookie.
See you, pal. Hey. See you, pal.
Not so much noise.
Going on now.
Oh, look, he's getting all funny.
See you later, mate.
He's getting all funny with it.
Hooroo! Hooroo!
All right, let's go inside now. Yeah, not so much noise.
Wipe your feet.
Wipe your feet.
Wipe the
Whose
feet.
feet?
Wipe the feet. Wipe the feet.
Shush.
Good evening, ladies. I don't want anybody to worry because Frank made us all walk. He took our keys off us. He wouldn't let us drive.
Well, I'm glad you had somebody sensible with you.
In fact, he got the keys and he locked them up in the club. In fact, he's had a pretty good night with locks and keys.
Frank, you've been drinking.
Only punch, Shelled. Just punch. You know, like fruit salad, wasn't it? The Cookie made it. It was beautiful. Wasn't it beautiful, son? Oh, and I bought you a present, Shell. A present. Where is it? There, Shell. All for you.
Simon, you've got handcuffs on.
Bob did it and he lost the key. We can't find it anywhere.
The keys.
It's not funny.
Oh, it is. You see, Bob found him in the back of Frank's car. And he wrapped him up like a
I
present.
don't want to hear about it.
And then after all that, our speeches, he gave him the present. And Simon was asleep next to Frank. Gee, it was funny.
Well, it's not going to be very funny in the morning. How are they going to get out of the handcuffs?
Oh, no worries. Bob reckons there's another set of keys someplace. Oh, come on, Molly. Don't be cross. Watch.
Oh, Brendan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Hey, look, here.
I'll do the washing up for you, hey? Watch.
Brendan, go to bed.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go to bed, Molly. Oh, Molly. I love you. Do you love me?
You're drunk.
I'm not too drunk, though.
You've done a lovely job, Molly. It really looks nice.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? I'm pleased with it. I mean, considering how little notice it gave me and with all the other jobs I've got at the moment.
Oh, Molly, I'm sorry. I should have told you I couldn't come for a fitting last night.
Oh, no. Look, it didn't matter, Shirley, honestly. I know what it's like. I mean, having to make all those wedding arrangements and then having to go into Burrigan.
Well, I didn't have to go to Burrigan, as a matter of fact. I just wanted to get out of it all, away, anywhere.
Oh, I thought you were a bit ratty the other day.
It's all this organisation, all this fuss, and you know what he's like. Everything has to be perfect. Anyway, I had a nice dinner, a couple of drinks, and a good night's sleep, and now I'm ready to face anything.
Are you in a hurry to get back?
No, well, I've got all day, but you're busy, aren't
Good.
you?
Can you do me a favour?
Yeah, of course.
Looks pretty run down. What do they grow?
They're city people. Keep a few animals. Molly does a bit of dressmaking.
Why would anyone want to live here?
Well, they like it. We don't all want to live in the city, you know.
No, I suppose not.
Look, Kevin, you mind waiting here for a moment? I want to have a few words with Shirl.
Of course.
Won't be long.
It's all right, Dad. You don't have to explain to me. I know all about lovers' tiffs.
Oh, it's beautiful, Molly. What show is it?
Oh, the Mikado. Looks really good on you. I hope the Theatrical Society are pleased. I'd really like to do more of this sort of work.
Oh, they will be. I feel like $1 million in it. Is the length right?
Yes, I think so.
Oink, oink.
She there?
Oh, they're busy. We'll see her when she gets back to town.
Is everything all right, Dad?
Of course.
If you've got problems, it's not too late to call it off, you know.
I don't want to call it off. I just think Shirl should be left alone at the moment. They can get pretty temperamental around about this time. Reckon it's bad luck to see them in the wedding dress before the day. So not a word to Shirl that I've seen her in it. You hear me, Kevin?
She's ready. Ta-da!
Oh, Mum, you look beautiful.
Very, very nice.
Doesn't she look gorgeous?
You've done a great job, Molly.
I think we've earned a drink, Molly.
You certainly have. It's your last, Shirley Dean.
Did you have another look for the snake?
No, shh.
That's probably the groom.
That's good.
You're behind the times, Kevin. That's your trouble. Shirl is a way-out, adventurous woman, and I'm with her all the way.
I think it's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous at all. If Shirl wants our wedding to be different, then it'd be a pretty poor show if I didn't go along with her. I've seen her in her wedding dress, and this is going to match it perfectly. She's going to get a real surprise. Hello, Vicky. It's a surprise. Oh, I didn't want to look too conservative. I saw you trying on your wedding dress at Molly's. It was an orange one. Not that one, an orange one. And I thought, well, you didn't want the wedding to be too conventional and, no. Right, I'll be back. I'll just duck home and change. It won't take me a minute.
It's time to commence the service. Frank and Shirley have decided to get married. And they've asked me to perform the ceremony. I ask you all here present today to witness the intention of these two people to, I think we should go inside.
What about the snake?
Oh, thank you.
I ask all of you here present to witness the intention of these two people to enter the stage of matrimony. Do you, Shirley, take Frank to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Do you, Frank, take Shirley to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Frank and Shirley have each chosen to say a few words appropriate to the occasion.
We come before you pledging our lives and our hearts to one another. Together may we meet the cares and problems of life more bravely, and as time takes away our youthful charm, may we find contentment in the greater joy of rich companionship. It is my intention to do everything I can to make you happy and contented. There is nothing I can imagine that would make me more unhappy than to fail in the effort.
What greater thing is there for two human souls than to feel they're joined for life? To strengthen each other in all labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in all pain, and to be one with each other in silent, unspeakable memories at the moment of the last parting.
Let me introduce Mr. and Mrs. Gilroy.
Well, that's the last of the speeches. So?
Look, I know it's not customary for the bride to speak, but there are a few things I want to say.
Good on you, Shirl.
Thank you, Molly. Now, I know to you that Frank is, as Bob said earlier, our friendly neighbourhood cop. Not always so friendly either. But I want you to know he's much more than that. Frank Gilroy is he's a sensitive, thoughtful, loving person. And I, for one, think that we are all very lucky to have him here in our town to look after us. I know that I'm very lucky to have him as my husband.
I think that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Oh, Petey. She's an odd one. Doesn't seem too bad an old stick, though, but then again, most of them are, I suppose. Odd, I mean. These old sisters that thrive on night duty. We had one in Adelaide. Sister McGreedy or something. Anyway, she used to spend most of her night looking at the patients' palms and telling them how short their lifelines looked. You listening, Mol? Well, it'll mean we'll have more time together in the evenings, like tonight. God bless Sister Doherty.
You haven't asked me one word about my meeting.
Oh. Tell me one word about your meeting.
Oh, that's typical, isn't it? I go to the Farmers Cooperative to protect our investment, our livelihood. And you make jokes about it.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Come on. You tell me.
It was a dead loss if you really want to know.
What happened?
Well, they just gawped at me as if I was a Martian or something. Whenever I tried to say anything, then they just kept on talking as if I hadn't even opened my mouth.
Well, what did you say?
I put across the point of view of the small farmer, the problems of stock loss, how our costs are relatively high.
Yeah. So?
Well, so the banks and government agencies ought to take that into consideration when they're setting interests on loans.
So they should lend us money at lower rates of interest than they do the big boys?
They're not all boys, Brendan, that's the point.
Well, men.
Women! I mean, you only have to drive around from property to property to see that. At least a quarter of the farms in this district are being run by women.
Well, what did they do at the meeting? Ignore you as well?
No. No, I was the only woman there. Can you believe that, Brendan?
Molly...
No, I'm not making an issue of it. It's a fact.
Well, if they don't want to get involved, Molly,
they don't want to be
ignored. Oh.
And that's what they don't want.
Your lot look happy enough.
I'm happy because they're healthy, Molly. But that doesn't mean I treat them as family pets.
I'm learning, Bess. I really am, honestly.
A pig is a product. Well, just say it aloud 3 times every morning when you wake up.
Pig is a product. But won't they miss their mum when I wean them?
Well, they'll miss them more the longer you leave it. You had the hogs done yet? Have to be done under anaesthetic now, you know. Cost you more.
Pig is a product, pig is a product.
Come on, look, I'll give you some wiener pellets to get them started.
Hey, did you know about the meeting at the co-op last night?
Yeah? Why?
Well, they called for nominations for a new committee.
I suppose Bill Haverstock will be elected president again at next week's meeting.
You sound as if you're interested.
Not much. Should be, I suppose.
You certainly should be, Bess. I mean, do you realise how many of us are running farms around here? But are we on committees? No. We've got no voice. We're not even considered at the meetings. We're not even taken seriously. We're just a joke.
Don't get so head up.
Look, I was reading some statistics last night. Now, 1 in every 20 farms are run solely by women. 40% are family partnerships. But who asks us anything? The bank managers don't, the agents don't. They always want to know when the man will be at home. It's wrong, Bess. It's really wrong.
Why don't we have a cuppa? We can get the wiener pellets later.
Yeah, I could do with one.
You know, well, I've sometimes had those thoughts myself.
Well, we ought to do something.
You may well be right.
So I suggested that we ought to move in and take over an existing organisation. And Bess agreed.
What, like Women for Agriculture or something?
Oh, no, that's no good. I mean, that's like starting a Women for Government group, when what is needed is women in government.
Molly, that's a long way from you and Bess Pickering getting stirred up over a cup of tea in a Lamington.
Yeah, I know that, but maybe if we could get a candidate on the committee of the co-op, well, that'd be a start, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm going to make phone calls. I'm going to phone people. I'm going to write letters. I am really going to stir, Brendan. Wait and see. I'm very determined about this one.
Well, you've got the energy for it. I'll give you that much.
You look a bit tired.
No. I've just been thinking about little Samson at the hospital.
Samson? Oh, I like that. Yeah, he must be pretty tough.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, though, doesn't it?
You mean how anyone could dump a poor little baby?
And whether we should be looking after him.
Well, we could have 2. We could have ours and little Samson.
That's if Bob Hatfield doesn't beat us to it.
You're kidding.
No, he's perfectly willing to adopt him. He's already calling him my boy.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh, come on, give it a rest.
No, look, it's just got to be done, Brendan.
And you're the only one who can do it.
Yes, I think I am. You know, we should start our own organisation and put up a member for the co-op.
It's an interesting idea.
There's more.
Oh, go ahead, Molly.
Well, I've been making some notes on all the points that I think are important. Now, firstly, the organisation shouldn't be called Women for anything. I mean, we shouldn't even say we're just women. The membership shouldn't be restricted at all. I mean, we're farmers first, women second. And it's the fact that we're women that will make our point for us.
Well, that's smart thinking, but...
But what?
I think the actual speech should be made by someone more established.
More established?
Or someone the local ladies know. A little better than they know you. Look, with all your energy and enthusiasm, we're bound to have a big turnout. We don't want to lose anyone at this early stage. They're a pretty conservative bunch, remember?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you should make the speech.
Oh, I don't know about me. Well, I'm a complete beginner at all this.
But go on, Bess. I mean, the meeting's going to be held here anyway.
Right. If you think I could.
Brendan, what's the wheat growers thingy-bob called?
Association. Cooperative.
Oh, I'll check the phone book.
You know the McDonald's?
So complicated. I mean, there's not just one organisation keeping women under the iron heel of male despotism.
He's the Presbyterian minister.
There seems to be dozens and dozens of them.
No, there's only ever one in every town.
I mean, you don't mind women joining your professional organisation, do you?
Well, most nurses are women, Molly. Anyway, his daughter, Katrina's been staying with him the last few days.
Brendan, I sometimes wish you could keep your mind on one subject.
This is what you get for marrying a dizzy blonde.
There. 1 in 20 farms owned and run by women. 40% are run with women in partnerships. But do we get representation? Nope.
Well, anyway, she's got Hansen's disease.
Oh, is that like Hodgkinson's or Parkinson's?
It's leprosy.
Oh, that's sad. Leprosy?
Yeah.
Well, have you touched her?
It's not contagious.
Well, how do you get it then?
Exposure over a lot of years. She used to be a missionary in Africa. She worked with them. Well, there are worse things to get.
Did you see Ben-Hur? Or they kept all these lepers in a cave sort of thing.
We don't keep them in caves anymore, Molly.
Oh, that's good. Have you washed?
Yeah, I just spent 20 minutes under the shower. Look, let's keep this between you and me, huh?
But if there's no danger, why should
Well,
we
you
keep
just felt your own reaction to it. Multiply it by the population of Wandon Valley.
But it is a prejudice. We should get over it.
Yeah, we should.
Now, I've got the CWA list,
I know
right?
most of them. I'll take it over.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do the phone lists.
There are people on it I have to phone anyway.
Oh, well, where does that leave us?
Leaves us all organised.
You seem to have taken on a bit much there, Bess. Are you sure that it's okay?
Positive. Bye. Bye, Mr. Jones.
Typical country woman. Wonderful. Very capable.
Oh, that's good.
Brendan, I've been thinking about that mother and baby at the hospital. Why can't we bring them to stay here?
She isn't going to see the baby.
Well, maybe we could adopt it. They say if you adopt a baby, you have one like that.
Who wouldn't qualify?
But what if we can't have a baby? I mean, we've been trying for weeks.
It's not visiting hours.
Oh, I'm here to meet Brendan.
Indeed.
I'm his wife.
Oh, you're Mrs. Jones. Well, we ought to be off the premises now.
You liking night shift?
I've been on night shift since the Korean War.
Oh. Was it anything like that comedy series?
I didn't see much to laugh at.
Like me to pick him up?
Halt! Can't have outsiders just wandering anywhere.
G'day, love. How are you? Mwah. You want me to get that?
You're off duty.
Well, the baby knows it. Come on.
She told me to halt, Brendan.
Well, did you?
Oh, thanks, darling. Look, I'm going to be on the phone for the next hour so you can feed the animals.
Me? But I've been working all day.
Brendan, my blood is up. The country is the last bastion of male chauvinism. Well, the barricades are about to tumble.
What about dinner?
We'll cook us both an omelette. Oh, and don't forget to collect the eggs.
Yes, dear.
G'day, Doris. Look, don't get stroppy with me, Doris. I get bossed around by females enough already without you joining in. Look, I'm the boss around here, and I'll feed you when I'm good and ready. All right, shh. I'm ready now.
Well, we're in this together, Pam. We sink or swim together. We need every shoulder behind the wheel if we're going to see that old light at the end of the tunnel. What did you say? You will? Great, Pam. Thanks. See you there tonight. Bye.
I have fed Doris, fed the chooks, watered the veggies, put no name in the pen, and collected the egg. Hey, that you, Molly?
Pretty stunning, huh? It's my Tammy Fraser outfit.
I know it is. What's going on? What are you doing?
Typical male. You haven't listened to one word I've said this week. Oh, hello, Bess. It's Molly. I've organised 12. You? Oh, great. Right. Oh, copy of the agenda. Uh-huh. Right. Oh, look, don't forget the motion has to be formal. Right, bye. See you there. Is my omelette ready?
What's going on?
We're gonna roll them, Brendan.
Roll who?
We're stacking the meeting. This is the real thing. This is politics. They play dirty, we play dirty.
Don't tell me. You're going to the annual general meeting of the Farmers Co-op.
The hall's going to be full of women. And Bess and I are organising it. Militant women. And tonight, they'll be electing a new president.
Oh. Who?
Well, I thought I knew them.
Oh, hey.
There was Bess. I spend all that time raising her consciousness and she takes over.
Bess did?
She used every argument that I ever used to her. She raised every point that I ever used to her to get her off her tail.
Well, it worked then.
She used all my material. In her reply, after they elected her president.
Oh.
I created a monster, Brendan. A baby-kissing, ward-healing, backslapping politician.
And what exactly is ward healing?
Oh, I don't know, but whatever it is, Bess Pickering would do it. Oh, that woman has a lust for power.
Speaking of lust...
Why did they do it, Brendan? Why?
Oh, hey, come on. You got it all going. You chose the correct political animal to get the job you wanted doing done. A woman president for the Farmers Co-op. The echoes of this will change the course of history.
Will?
Hmm.
Yes, it will.
And you did it.
Yes, I did it.
Good. Now let's go to bed before you find another cause, huh?
You're wonderful to put up with me.
I love you.
Why?
I don't know. You're a nutcase?
Oh,
What's up? You all right, pal?
no.
What's wrong?
I'm pregnant.
Huh.
What do you mean, oh?
You are not pregnant.
Oh, how would you know?
I'm a nurse.
Oh, you're a nurse, are you? Well, have you ever had a baby? Do you know what it's like?
No. Stop being childish.
Well, have you?
Dr. Elliot isn't a nurse. He's a fully qualified doctor. And he says
Yeah, well,
that
he's
you...
not God. Now, doctors can be wrong sometimes.
Sometimes.
And this is one of those times. He's wrong.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
You're pregnant. Congratulations.
But you don't believe me.
Nope.
Well, you should believe me because you're the father.
Great. Get me a cigar.
I'm going back to Terence for some more tests.
Oh, no, Molly, you can't do that again.
You want to bet?
Look, why don't you leave it another week or two, hmm? I'll see what I can do.
You're hopeless. Oh.
And you've got a great imagination. Where's the sauce?
Oh, we used it all up, but I bought a new one today. It should be still in there with the rest of the groceries.
Yeah, you shouldn't do so much if it makes you feel that tired.
I just wanted to get the shopping out of the way.
And, where'd you do the shopping?
Wandon?
Well, how come this bottle's got a sticker on it from the Burrigan supermarket?
Oh, yeah, I just did happen to pass through Burrigan.
Pass through Burrigan. Molly, it's 2 hours away.
Well, it's cheaper there.
Sure, except that it cost you $10 in fuel getting there to save $5 on a couple of lousy groceries. That's ridiculous, Molly.
Well, maybe I was feeling a bit ridiculous.
So why did you go there? All right. I don't want to know why you went there.
I went there to see Dr. Finch.
Ah, so you're still looking for a doctor who'll make you pregnant? In a manner of speaking, of course.
I want one who knows what he's doing, that's all.
And am I to take it that Dr. Finch was of the opinion you are not pregnant? Oh, Molly. I know how much you want a baby. I do too, but there's no use us trying to invent one. It just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? So why don't we just accept things the way they are, huh? It'll all happen in good time. What do you reckon? Atta girl.
Okay. Time's nearly up. Oh, hi, darling. You finished already?
No, I got most of the posts in, but I gotta go to work. What's all that?
Well, that.
How on earth did you guess? Mwah!
Did I guess what?
All my life, I've only ever wanted two things, an electric train and a chemistry set.
It's not a chemistry set.
It isn't? Well, what on earth is it then?
It's a home pregnancy testing kit.
Ah, that's what it is. And have we, had a little go at it, have we?
No, we haven't. I'm just waiting for the result to show.
Oh, well, let's have a little look then. May I? And what do we do?
You look into it through that little mirror.
Like so? And what are we looking for?
We're looking for a brown circle. Now, that means it's positive. Well, what do you see, smarty pants?
We're pregnant?
Then when the contractions become stronger and more frequent, the father's aid and comfort to the mother is of extreme importance. Now, that's you. Darling, could you put that chair under my feet, please?
Molly.
Aid and comfort. Go on. I don't want swollen ankles. Thank you. Now, in the third stage.
Molly.
What?
You've only been pregnant 10 minutes. Don't you think you're getting a little ahead of yourself?
Look, you've got to be prepared. I was in the Boy Scouts once.
Well, you've got to be prepared to be very disappointed when a real doctor tells you you are not pregnant.
But I am. The thingamy-bob said I am.
The thingamy-bob is not much more than a toy, Molly.
Brandon, I am pregnant. I know I am. I can tell.
I give up.
Good. Now, breathing in the final stages. It must be great for you to have your daughter here with you. I mean, good for her as well. A girl needs a father. Well, she needs to know that you exist and that you care for her. When I have a daughter, well, if I ever do have a daughter, I'll be a friend as well. I'll give her guidance, but no preaching. I mean, kids hate preaching. But they also want authority, or else they think that you don't care. Not too much of that, because they need to learn self-discipline. Oh, it's a fine line, Terence. It's a very fine and delicate line.
Yeah, sure.
The problem with me is that my parents never got that right. That fine, that delicate balance. What do you think, Terence?
Molly, do you want to know?
Okay.
You're pregnant.
Well, I knew it.
Very clever of you. I'd say 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. But it can't be. I mean, well, Brendan and I didn't start planning it until at least 4 weeks ago.
It doesn't have to be the result of careful planning, you know, Molly.
But... oh, that's wonderful.
Come home. What's the occasion? Molly, I'm really not up to a social evening. I wish
No,
you'd
no,
tell
no.
me.
It's only symbolic. There were 2 of us, and now there's 3. I'm pregnant.
Oh, no.
No, it's for real this time, Brendan. I went to see Dr. Elliot, and it's all go. It's positive. I am pregnant without a shadow of a doubt.
No.
Brendan, look, you've got to believe me because it's true. It's true. Look. Oh. There. Open it, open it.
Dear Brendan, Molly is 8 weeks pregnant. Signed, Terence Elliot. You forged it.
No. Look, you ring him. Ring him now.
No, hang on. Wait a minute. Did Terence really write this? Are you really 8 weeks pregnant?
Look, I cross my heart and hope to die.
8 weeks, huh? How about that?
I'm brilliant, eh?
I'm brilliant.
We're brilliant. I feel so good.
That's good.
I feel too good.
There's no such thing as feeling too good.
Well, pregnant people are morning sick. I'm not. Why not? I have never been morning sick once. What's wrong?
I don't know. Who cares?
I can't understand how I could be pregnant for 2 months and never have shown any ill effects at all.
You know what? You're a worrier. You can't stand things going well.
I'm not a worrier. I'm a happy soul.
Well, look. It's only been a little while. It's only been 2 months. So any day now, you're going to start feeling as sick as a dog and throwing up all over the place. So cheer up.
Do you really think so?
I'm positive. So in the meantime, while you're feeling so good, make the most of it. Eat up.
Right. Yep. Maybe you're right.
Morning, Doris. Are you feeling any better? Does she look any better to you, Brendan?
Oh, I don't know, Moll. I can't tell with her anymore.
Well, I hope she's all right. I'd hate anything to happen to her. She's such a good mother.
Yeah, well, what about yours, mother?
Carolyn? Well, she's in Adelaide.
Yeah, I know, but the parcel she sent you's in Burrigan.
Yeah, well, you can pick it up this afternoon on your way back from work.
Couldn't you drive over during the day and get it?
Well, Carolyn wants it to be a surprise.
Oh.
Besides, I've got an appointment with Dr. Elliot.
Is that today, is it?
Uh-huh. There you are, Doris. That'll make you big and strong again.
Don't forget to ask him about the morning sickness.
I haven't got morning sickness.
Maybe you haven't, Moll.
Morning, Mrs. Gilroy. Mrs. Gilroy?
Shirley, are you deaf?
Oh, I'm sorry, Molly. Were you talking to me?
Well, you're the only Mrs. Gilroy I know.
Petty cash problems. I'm still getting used to answering to my new name.
What do you think of my new outfit?
Oh, it's really lovely, Molly. Don't you think you're being a bit premature?
How do you mean? Oh, I thought I'd just grow into it.
You'll get into the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, I suppose I did overdo it a bit.
Any preference?
What? Oh, no, we don't mind as long as it's healthy. But if the truth be known, I'd prefer a girl.
Oh, what does Brendan think?
Well, he doesn't seem to care. He's having a very difficult pregnancy, Shirley.
Ah, how's my favourite mother in training? She's always in time for her appointments.
Hi, Dr. Elliot. How's Sophie?
Good, good. It's her first day at Barrigan High today. She's a little bit nervous about it, I
Yes,
think,
yes,
but
go
she's
on,
really
please.
looking forward to being part of a country community.
Oh,
One
that's
moment.
great.
Mr. Bocking for you.
Bocking?
The headmaster of Barrigan High.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Bocking. Terence Elliot. She refuses to what? Well, what does she want to take instead? Metalwork and woodwork. Welding? Could you hold the line a moment, please?
Transfer the call to your office, Doctor.
Thank you.
Then again, I suppose the little boy would be less trouble, don't you think, Shirley?
Inside this box, there's probably a very naked Caroline waiting to jump out of a large birthday cake and go, ta-da!
Don't be silly. It's not my birthday.
Caroline!
Hurry up.
All right. I feel as though I'm breaking into a house.
Look!
Oh, no.
What am I going to do with that?
Oh, look. There's more goodies.
Oh, it's loaded with stuff.
Caroline is forcing us to move just to store the stuff.
I've still got 6 months to go.
Well, at this rate, the mind boggles.
Sure does. Where are we going to put it?
Squeak, 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 squeak,
Brendan,
squeak,
you are
squeak.
not going to wheel our baby around Wandon Valley in that.
You know, we can use this pram for our vegetables. We haven't got a wheelbarrow.
Doris is not getting any better. I mean, she's all flushed along the belly and she's got this really yucky discharge. And her teeth have gone all hard like the last time.
You farm, me hospital.
I know that. I'm talking like a farm. I mean, Doris is the linchpin of my plan to get the farm working profitably. According to recent sales, pigs are worth quite a bit.
Well, you're probably right.
Brendan, what on earth are you doing?
I'm trying to catch my breakfast.
Pickled onions for breakfast?
I don't know, Moll, I can't help myself. I've just got to have a pickled onion with my muesli.
With strawberry milk?
Well, it'll add another flavour to muesli.
Brendan, don't you realise that the pickled onions will curdle the milk? And you'll have pickled onions and muesli and big fat pink lumps of curdled milk floating around in your stomach. I mean, you must have pickled onions. At least eat them separately. Poor Doris. You'll be all right soon. You'll see your babies again. But right now, you've got to rest. I'm feeding them properly. I know it's not as good as your milk, but it's pretty close. They're putting on lots of weight.
Hi, Molly. Sorry I'm late. I had to see a woman about a dog.
Oh, classic excuse.
That's a man. Hello, Doris. Been in the wars again, have you?
I think it's mastitis.
Thank you, Dr. Schweitzer. If it is mastitis, it's expensive.
I know, but she's a good breeder, so she's worth it.
Trying to get the farm on a business-like footing, are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Then get rid of her.
Doris?
It is mastitis, and it's the second bout. My advice is to fatten her up and sell her.